जो दो पेपर्स हैं उनमें ही मंत्र हो जाती है तो सेशन सॉल्व कर रहे हो चाहेगा कितने बजे
सर आपके दो पेपर हैं कोई किसी को भेजो
बस फिर यही निकला 3:30 ये
Good afternoon, respected professors and industry professionals. My name is Vikas Chaudhary and again research scholar for NIT Hyderabad. I am presenting one of my PhD topics, that is liquid extraction of aromatics and sulfur from the organic materials with the help of eutectic solvent in microchannels. So in this topic, I have done two things. First, I fabricated microchannels. Microchannels means a very small diameter channel, which is different from the conventional channels or conventional reactors like MFR, PFR. It is a small dimension, less than 1 mm. 1 mm or less than 1 mm in size. And second thing is I have synthesized the DES solvent, that is eutectic solvents, in the laboratory. And this solvent is different from the other solvents, like for example ionic solvents. And the main advantage of this solvent is relatively cheap than ionic solvent, less toxic, corrosive, and we will get more solubility and mass transfer by using these solvents. So, first of all, this is the contents introduction. Liquid extraction mass transfer is the second most important unit operation after distillation. So when distillation is not possible, like when boiling points are very close, less than 5 degree, so we cannot do simple distillation. So instead of doing distillation, we go for the liquid extraction. So for liquid extraction, we need a third solvent so that the main our extract is extracted by the solvent. So the choice of solvent, basically this is the liquid extraction pictorial graph where we can feed where we have two things. First is extract, which we want to extract, and second is the solvent, and with the help of the third solvent we extract the solute. So the main purpose in liquid extraction is how to select a solvent which is effectively gives better separability, extraction, mass transfer, and less time, and do not harm your reactor or material of reactor, basically. So these are the various aspects of extraction. So I want to show our work that I have done in my lab. So basically I have synthesized 5 solvents, these 5 different solvents, by using HBD and HBA. The left hand side is HBD, right hand side is HBA. HBD means hydrogen bond donor, and HBA stands for hydrogen bond acceptor. So by making these two HBD, HBA in some proportion, like 1:3, 1:4, we are getting a solvent, and that solvent is used for our extraction process. So first synthesize 5 solvents at some particular temperature and concentration in a molar ratio, and then these are the physical properties and temperature and speed which is required to make that solvent. Second thing, this solvent is very particular to use, means you cannot solve this, you cannot use this solvent at every temperature or every condition. So you have to maintain some fixed temperature or condition to use this solvent. Otherwise, your purpose will not solve. So this is our lab setup, and here you can see this is the microchannel setup. 1 mm T junction microchannel and 1 mm Y junction microchannel. So as I have said, microchannel is a small, very small reactor, less than 1 mm in size. So now the question arises, why we are using this microchannel so small in size? It is difficult to handle. Yes, sometimes it's difficult to handle, but it has many advantages. Like in normal reactor or normal channel, you will, where the diameter is large, so yes, handling is easy, but in this, mass transfer is very high. You will get more mass transfer in less time. And the second thing is solubility is very high. That's why we are using this. Nowadays we are going for the microfabrication, like in earlier days when we are using phones, laptops, TV. So that was bigger in size, like a box. Nowadays everything is going slim. So this is the application of using microchannels. We are going to decrease the size of our mobile phones and laptops, TV screens, etc. So these 2 microchannels we have fabricated in our lab, and also the solvents, that 5 solvents. And with the help of these solvents and microchannels, we separated the toluene, that is aromatic. And in second stage, we separated the sulfur compounds from diesel, because the sulfur is responsible for SO2 emission, which is harmful for the environment. So there are two work in my PhD. First is organic extraction and second is sulfur extraction. So these are the results. You can see the flow, type of flow at different flow rates. You will get the droplets type of flow, and droplets are increasing with the velocity. When you increase the flow rate, the size of droplet will increase. So we have set the particular flow rate as well. Okay, so we optimize the flow rate, at which flow rate the droplet size is particular and the mass transfer is high.
What is this T junction?
T junction means, sir, this is T-type structure like this.
T-type.
Bijunction pi-type structure like this. At junction, T-type means two inlets, one outlet.
You are injecting.
Yes. At one end we are injecting feed, at other end we are injecting solvent. So this is why
Basically, you are increasing the surface area.
yeah, basically that is the surface area. Surface area is 1000 times. Surface area is interfacial surface area, that is meter square per meter cube. So this is the flow patterns in 1 mm bijunction. You cannot see clearly, but you can visualize the droplets flow. And this is 0.5, even smaller than 1 mm. So as you decrease the size, you will get higher surface area. Just like catalyst. When we talk about catalyst has pores in it. So it enhances the surface area. So ideally we cannot imagine that how this much of surface area is present, but it is actually there. The surface area is very high. So these are the various results. How pH surface tension of these 5 solvents affect with temperature, pressure. This is the efficiency. So out of these 5, we can see the DES2, the second solvent we have used, is giving the highest amount of efficiency by extracting the toluene or sulfur compound. These are the various results, and actually this work is published also, published in the Korean Journal. And now the next thing is, we are in next phase, we are focusing on the metal extraction also, heavy metal extraction with the help of this DS solvent. But there is a one challenge in this, because our metal channel is very small in size, so sometimes heavy metal can stick into it, or it can damage the micro channel also. So we are dealing with this. Hopefully we will get the solution soon. Thank you.
How do you ensure that it is slug proof?
Sir, various storages are there.
How did you ensure that it is slug proof?
Slug flow, sir, because we are dealing with the slug flow. So when we do the flow rates,
Yeah, I know about it, but how did you ensure that it is a slug proof? I know about it.
yes, sir. Sir, slug flow ही हम study कर रहे हैं। अब हमें
तो एक्सपेरिमेंटल कंपनी में ये कहता है इंश्योर किया कि स्लग फ्लो को एंडर फ्लो तो नहीं हो, एंडर फ्लो का हो जाए क्या कैसे कुछ तरह वेस्ट फ्लो भी होता है।
हाँ, तो वही flow rate हम ले
स्लग फ्लो मतलब तो ये कैसे इंश्योर किया एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन
एक्सपेरिमेंटल जैसे ड्रॉपलेट्स बन रहे थे हमने देखा।
हैव यू टेकन दिस विजुअल फोटोग्राफ्स
जैसे फोटोग्राफ फ्लैश
किए
हाँ
फोटोग्राफ हाँ वही एक
फोटोग्राफ तो कैमरा होता है
कैमरा हाई स्पीड कैमरा हाई डेफिनेशन और लेकर तो शेयर कर
क्योंकि जैसे फोटो क्लिक करेंगे वो पैरेलल बन जाएगा।
What are the advantages of
Advantages, higher mass transfer, higher
Okay, it is how do you separate the final product? How do you separate that? Only solvent.
product there are byproduct is separate because there are two phases. When you leave that product, you will get two phases of already. One phase is extract, one phase is raffinate. Extract phase is solvent plus your solute. Then you will do distillation easily.
Even then, the distillation is required. You mean?
Yes, after this process.
That's what it remains in contact with it.
See, there is a big problem in bioethanol process. You know, from the biomass, when we make the bioethanol, and the problem is that after 5% of ethanol maturity is there, then it stops further processing, further production of ethanol in the biomass. We have to separate out the whole 5% we have to separate out through the distillation process. So it takes a lot of energy. The cost of bioethanol is just because almost 90% energy goes into the distillation. So if you can separate that also, it is better. That is very good.
For just we have to separate those minor solvents. That is very challenging to find that solvent. Because in literature, there is various literature. I have got this from extensive literature. Because distillation is no doubt easy process, but it takes time and energy.
It takes energy.
Yes.
So that is why what I also want to know. I mean, we can select some of the common solvents and separate it out.
If you go to solvent, then you can do the distillation.
Yes.
So there is R&D, you can do R&D, you have to do R&D, just like I have done R&D. I have done many solvents, many synthetics, 10, 12, then these 5 solvents I have analyzed.
Vijay sir, यहाँ जी।
अभी और 5 मिनट को
हाँ जी। If anybody has a query, you're welcome to ask.
आप मैडम मैडम आप ब्रीफ करती हैं ब्रीफ कर तो क्या क्या करना है
In this session number 4, we had 4 presenters who presented on the various topics like safety for green hydrogen generation plant and challenges and innovation in green hydrogen, a pathway to sustainable energy transition. This was followed by a case study from NTPC's green methanol synthesis project in India. And this presentation, which was taken up by Mr. Vikas Kumar Chaudhary, he spoke on the performance of deep eutectic solvents in extractive de-aromatization of toluene in tea function microchannel, as he specified on the positivities of IDD go for the tea structure and all. So I feel in this session, all the papers which were taken up revolved around the topic like upscaling, which the theme of this session was. So very well presented, and for these 2 days, as I earlier specified, it was a mind-boggling interaction wherein the brightest and the grey minds came together on a common platform, shared their experiences and the research work they are doing in their particular domains. And as I said earlier also, which sometimes what we do, be enthusiastically present our work and all, but what all is left after that, it's still in the air. So it has to be a consistent effort, because this topic is a very thoughtful topic to take up the further work and all. So I expect that this 2-day seminar, which was held in our campus, would prove fruitful in every manner. Even our students enjoyed the sessions. They are still in BTech, but they could understand the way you communicate with your work. So we are highly thankful to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairperson, Dr. Meenakshi Sharma ma'am. So we have concluded the report. We have already concluded the So we have concluded our technical session 4. So in these 2 days we have concluded all our 4 technical sessions. For the 4th session, I thank Dr. Meenakshi Sharma ma'am for chairing this session. Now I would like to invite Engineer Puneet sir to please present memento to session chair. Now, would like to invite Dr. S.C. Gupta sir to please give memento to Mr. Praveen Kumar Duggal. Director sir, please join for the session.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Extremely sorry. I नहीं बैठे हुए थे तो मैं जैसे
Now I will invite Dr. S.C. Gupta sir to please felicitate Engineer R.R. Tanwar sir. Also, again, I will request Engineer R.R. Tanwar sir to please felicitate Engineer Vikas Kumar Chaudhary. Okay. Now I would like to request Engineer A.K. Gupta sir to felicitate Mr. Jayant Sinha. Engineer A.K. Gupta sir to felicitate Mr. Jayant Sinha, please. Please have a one pick for technical session 4 with all the speakers and session chair with the director sir as well. Join with your mementos. All the participants of technical session 4, please join for the photograph.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Now we are having a 5 minutes break. Then after we will start our valedictory session.
इधर से कर लीजिए सर, इधर इसमें जाकर बोल देगा, इसमें जाकर बोल देगा और मैं लिख देता हूँ। इसको काटना मैंने कहा
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all in this very interesting session. In this session, the chief guest of this session is Dr. Ajay Kumar, Director, IPEC. Session chairman is Engineer Mukul Gupta sir, and the session will also have Chairman IEI GLC, Dr. S.C. Gupta sir, and Engineer Puneet Gupta. He is also present here with us. So to start with, we will honor with the sampling. So may I request Dr. Gupta sir to please present sampling to director sir, please.
Take a background. Please change the background.
Now I would request Engineer Puneet Goyal sir to please hand over sampling to Mukul Gupta sir. May I now request Dr. Meenakshi ma'am to please give sampling to Dr. Gupta sir. Now, it's a pleasure for me to welcome Engineer Puneet Goyal sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. S.C. Gupta sir to please give welcome address.
Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Ajay Kumar, Director of Inderprastha Indian College, my colleague as well as Session Chairman, Engineer Mukul Gupta, Honorary Secretary, IEI Puneet Goyal, then Honorary Chairman and Honorary Secretary, past Honorary Chairman and past Honorary Secretary, Council Member Inderprastha, then esteemed authors, researchers, delegates, guests, and others. It is my proud privilege to welcome you all on in this validatory session, the concluding session. All of you must have been tired due to the last 4 sessions which have been spread yesterday and today, and you must have seen there have been 16 research papers which were presented during this All India seminar on green hydrogen. Papers including generation, different aspects of generation, mainly electrolysis, some talked about gasification also, then dialysis also, then storage of hydrogen, transportation. We will talk about the difficulties, problems, bottlenecks in the way of its widespread use, hydrogen. Very rightly said that hydrogen is being used in the manufacture of ammonia, urea, methanol, but still the problem remains. There are some plants, or maybe at the large scale even, pilot plants are large. Some plants are there where some of the problems have been solved. There have been case studies also. I hope that all of you must have been benefited by the experience of all, experience of researchers, experience of authors and other delegates. There must have been many questions, many things, many issues which must have been bubbling in your mind. And it's a very good thing, I say, that if they are in your mind, that's a very good sign, because sooner or later you will definitely find the solution of those problems. So I think during the last 2 days, I would say 2 days, you must have enjoyed this visit. You have come here with great hopes. I don't know how far we have been successful in fulfilling your aspirations, hope, but I feel that a little percentage of them definitely must have been filled. And even if some remains, I think that's a very good sign, because those things must trouble you, and then only the solution will come. At the same time, I also would like to point out at this time that during your coming here, participating in this seminar, you must have faced some of the problems, hardships, some of the issues, maybe logistic issue, maybe some things up to which we might have not come to your satisfaction. I seek apology for all those things, and I thank you all. I pay my regards. I pay my regards and hope that your cooperation, help and support will be available to me in future course also. If you have any issue, I invite you to come to the dais and tell me so that we may improve the things. With these words, I once again welcome you here in this, and you will hear now the direction of our respected director. I will say that director has been very, very helpful from day one. Might have been some shortcomings, I don't know. I agree, but I appreciate that his indulgence in all these things have been a great boon to us, to GHAZIABAD local sector. We will hear the comment from our my friend and Mukul Gupta, Session Chairman, who will be giving the comments of all the 3 sessions, because all the session chairmen could not be present here. That's why I had requested him to provide this. In these words, I end my speech, and once again, thank you very much for all these things. Welcome you all. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gupta sir. As sir has already directed, now may I request session chair, Engineer Mukul Gupta sir, to please brief about all the sessions.
Thank you very much. I have been entrusted with the most tough task. The reason is because all those sessions, everything were so deeply researched, presented. In fact, all the sessions were so informative that I had to really strain my brain to understand what was going on. I have tried to prepare something I hope that will meet all expectations. So I will start with, because those who were not present yesterday, but let me give you a little background about those papers. We invited those papers and we received these papers, a good number of papers. In fact, it became difficult for us also to sort out and decide which all papers to be included. And we considered also this thing that there were many papers from students to whom we gave the priority, because this is a platform where students can present their learnings, their research as a part of their PhD program. So, along with what is going on as a conventional thing, which is a contemporary thing, we also considered this part. So starting with, we had the inaugural function in the beginning with all the presentations and protocols of lighting lamp and Saraswati Vandana. So it started with welcome address of Dr. Gupta, who is the chairman of the Institution of Engineers, GHAZIABAD Child Center, followed by Dr. Ajay Kumar, Professor Dr. Ajay Kumar, who is director of Inderprastha Engineering College, his address, and subsequently followed by Engineer Tanwar, R.R. Tanwar. He is a council member and is a member of our GHAZIABAD Center as well as the past chairman. Then overview of seminar was presented by Dr. Meenakshi Sharma, who is the co-convener of this total session. Finally, address by guest of honor, Engineer Vishnu Saranji. You know him. He is the chairman of MIT Group of Institutions as well as IPEC. There was also a major function of release of seminar, which included all the abstracts of papers which were submitted to us. And then this was a release, and there will be a soft copy also available of it. And then there was an address by chief guest, who was Dr. Mohammad Rihan, Director of General NISE Gurugram.
Video message.
It was a video message, coincidentally, because he could not come at the last moment because of, these people, they have so many other engagements. But he gave the address through the video message. And that was very well received. And he conveyed the meaning and purpose of this 2 days seminar. Then keynote address was presented by Dr. C.B. Majumdar from IIT Roorkee. And with all those other protocols, mementos, saplings, and vote of thanks by our engineer Puneet Goyal, who is Secretary of Institution of Engineers, GHAZIABAD Center. So this was the program for inaugural part. It was then followed by technical sessions. So a lot of information, a lot of things. I'll try to put them in not too many words, but in very briefly I will try to cover them up. So, just to explain to you another concept, what we tried to adopt, divided 4 sessions. As per session 1 was for generation related papers. Session 2 was related to applications, hydrogen applications, where all it can be applied. Third was related to transportation and safety. And fourth was related to trainings and other things, because a lot of upskilling is also required which are associated with the hydrogen generation, safety, transportation, storage, all those things. So going to the session 1, it was started with, the sequence was changed by the session chair. Session chair was Dr. Hemant Ahuja, who is director of Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. So in this, it started with NISE, National Institute of Solar Energy. It was on National Green Hydrogen Mission. It's a very ambitious mission from Government of India. And since those who are associated with hydrogen, they are very well aware of it, because in the long run, we are targeting not only to meet the demands of India, but even to export it, to make India a hub of hydrogen, source of hydrogen. Because it is, you will understand, the application of hydrogen in so many industries, especially to the power sector. And then we are going, power means power sector generation as well as for the energy. Not to avoid talking too much. And then Mr. S. Gautam, he presented on green hydrogen. He was from Green Hydrogen Innovation Center. He was from International Solar Alliance, and he presented about all the generation of hydrogen as well as those all things related with generation. So this is also from Gurugram. Then third session was presented by Mr. Lalit Churiwala. He is from the Blue Energy Formulations Private Limited. He talked about generation of hydrogen and with the objective of leading to, because right now the cost of hydrogen production is very high. So he was targeting that we will go up to the $1 per kg of hydrogen production. So that is a very ambitious and very, in conclusion, it is achievable out of all the several papers presented over here. Then there was a fourth paper by Mridula Bhardwaj. It was represented by somebody else. Again from International Solar Alliance. Excuse me, this is already covered. These were the papers covered in session 1. Fine. Then we moved on to session 2 after the lunch break. And session 2 included this was headed by Professor R.P. Maheshwari. If I remember, he is the ex-director of RKGIT. First session was presented by Wing Commander Rajiv Srivastava. He has a lot of research in this field. He presented the use cases and comparative analysis versus other options. So he also told that hydrogen, it plays a vital role in transitioning from fossil fuels on which we are largely dependent till now, and gradually we are transforming from that fossil fuel to the renewable energy. But he also pointed out that this is a universal solution of what? Fossil fuel. But we have to transform. We cannot give away the fossil fuel, use of fossil fuel. Another thing he pointed out was use of hydrogen in EV vehicles, not instead of EV, hydrogen vehicles. So then he gave the example also that in South Korea, the sale of hydrogen vehicles has gone down drastically because of primarily cost reasons. So then still we have to find out some cost-effective solutions. Next, it was presented by Mr. Akhilesh Kumar. Economic evolution contours in line with UNFCCC guidelines. For, is it working? No? It's not working.
But sir, voice is clear, like we can hear.
So that is better, yeah? Thank you very much. So I'm happy my voice is audible till end. Alright. So he presented that UNFCCC's guidelines for control of global warming with hydrogen use. So you know global, all this purpose, what we are doing is because of that global warming. We are trying to reduce the impact of global warming, and that is why we are going to different solutions. Which is global warming, it is driven by that greenhouse gas emissions, you know, since the industrial revolution. So that is why demands what urgent actions by UNFCCC initiative since 1995. So, but he also pointed out with the hazards connected with hydrogen for the application part, and he talked about, this is that UNFCCC. I wrote down for the people, those who are not aware of what is UNFCCC, even I was not aware. UN Framework Convention for Climate Change.
Climate change.
Okay.
United Nations Forum.
United Nations
Federation.
I think I noted from there it said framework.
Framework.
Framework for control of global warming. Okay. Solutions like hydrogen, it offers what potential but face challenges in technology, cost and policy, requiring thorough evaluation before implementing to achieve net zero targets. I know now everybody is aware of net zero, because a couple of years back I was also thinking what is net zero. But is there anybody, should I explain what is net zero? But okay, nobody wants. Okay, good. So net zero, by the way, is because whatever carbon footprint. Sorry. Sorry.
No, net zero.
Net.
Net zero.
You are producing carbon, but you are using the methodologies and approaches where you are giving back to the system. So positive and negative, the net effect is zero. So complete product cycle carbon emission, carbon footprint must be zero, that is net zero. Because in the complete cycle there will be some parts where the carbon is being produced, but you are neutralizing it with your other efforts. Okay, so this was what was presented by Mr. Akhilesh Kumar. By chance, other paper presenters did not arrive, so the session was concluded with this. Today's session, it was session 3rd and 4th was scheduled for today, and today was a little lengthy session because a lot of papers were there. So session 3 started with engineer S.P. Sharma, is also Dr. S.P. Sharma because of his medical approaches and all. He is from Hydrogen Fast, his title was Hydrogen S2 Fast Bio CNG Energy Storage Systems. So he talked with storage system because of the vast renewable energy potential of 2600 megawatt per year. We can harness intermittent sources like solar and wind to produce hydrogen via electrolysis. We can integrate hydrogen into biodigesters. Methane production is enhanced by that. It enables efficient energy storage and paving the way for a 100% renewable economy. Okay, it's a distant dream, but still, this is a very good thing that we are targeting for it. So he talked about fast bio CNG generation plant and hydrogen bio CNG. So that was like for a lot of people this must be a good concept, but yes, this is there. We talked about all that. And interesting thing I noted down. Interesting thing was we talked about inflatable rubber dams. So that was a new thing for me, because that is a very good concept. If you use it, you can create a dam and use it for generation of electricity. Then next was combination. See, there were two papers which were quite similar, so I will talk about that only. It was presented by Ayush Raizada and both were presented by Ayush Raizada. He is a student of PhD, and these papers were similar, but although different bases were used. He talked about, okay, titles are little lengthy. Enhancement of hydrogen production via catalytic steam gasification of food waste as feedstock and its ash as a support and promoter for nickel-based catalyst. Nickel as a catalyst for processing this food waste. Another was low temperature steam gasification to produce hydrogen-rich gas from pre-treated food waste. Basically, what he talked about was processing of food waste. One was using the nickel as a catalyst, and another was through steam, passing the steam through it. So that is a good research what he has done, and there is a lot of scope for development in it, because out of that the byproduct and the product what you will get, you can generate hydrogen, as well as the byproduct is also usable. So finally the wastage will be almost nothing. Then a session was presented by Mr. Vikas Kumar, Managing Director of SVRP Foundation. He talked about hydrogen cylinder storage and transportation safety in industrial settings. Mr. Vikas talked about the safety part, stressed more of the safety part, because from his point of view as well as from everybody's point of view, this is one area which people are ignoring because of the height of the concern really. Because like we pointed out and other speakers also pointed out, that hydrogen is highly inflammable. So, and you do not know if the hydrogen has caught fire because it is not visible also. So that is a point of concern. And when the fire is not visible, it gets converted into a blast. So that is what he highlighted. Then engineer Vijay Goyal, who is executive director from NDPC, he also talked about the green hydrogen generation, storage and safety aspect. And he also talked about this question, and he, from his point of view, it's a low emission gas with history of over 2 centuries. He narrated about the history of hydrogen as well. Shifting from fossil fuel production to green hydrogen via water jet processes driven by climate concerns. He was talking about 5 million ton per annum. 5 billion or 5 lakh ton. 5 lakh ton of production of hydrogen per annum. That is the target. And to reach that, NTPC is already having a project. It's talking about a project in Andhra Pradesh. And the total investment there is 1.85 lakh crore, which is a huge investment. And from there they plan to produce all this level of hydrogen. I remember the figure of 1600 acres, including all the solar generation, and that is not enough. They are also taking solar from other sources, also from NTPC, solar power projects. And one thing I liked was that he gave the figure of 19% share of NTPC in installed capacity, whereas the production capacity, the NTPC share is 25%. So indirectly, the directly result is efficiency of NTPC is much higher than other capacity installations. And then after that, paper was presented on simulation of crude oil distillation using Aspen HYSYS software by Mr. Bushra Khatun. He is a student of PhD and sorry. Vikas, not Bushra. Vikas presented. Sorry. Okay. Let me correct. Vikas presented. I underlined that one. Vikas presented, and I was impressed. I am very close to IT and all that. Although I am a mechanical engineer, but IT is part of everybody's lifestyle and profession. So I was interested in this part of software, Aspen HYSYS software, in which you put the data and this will give you the output as the analysis of all that parameters.
So this was
You can design all the plant, whole plant.
whole plant. Whole plant you can design. Superb. So this study was basically based on this Aspen ISS software to simulate oil distillation plant, highlighting its effectiveness in modeling complex processes with multiple outputs like naphtha and diesel. So this was a very interesting research. So I wish you all the best also, Vikas, to go ahead with this and complete your PhD. So these were the 3 sessions. I think the 4th session chairman is already here. I don't see. Yes, you are there. So she has already briefed about it. आइए मैम से anything.
Sir, I've already shared.
आइए कोई बात नहीं, आप कुछ और आपने कुछ ऐड करना हो तो you can guide me on that case.
Sir, you are elaborating on everything in detail. Hats off to you.
तो मैं anyway अपने पॉइंट ठीक है, मैडम ने आपको ब्रीफ कर दिया था सारा का सारा. डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी is here heading the TS team student welfare in the IPEC only. Started with Mr. Praveen Dugal. He was also talking about safety part, because safety is now gradually becoming a very, very important aspect. Safety for green hydrogen generation and handling. He also talked about while we are commissioning and applying green hydrogen and all, so safety protocols must be followed. Whatever are the safety protocols defined, because the research and all the separate system is there, which is setting up all these standards and protocols to be followed for safety. So you must follow all that. He also talked about checks including training, PPE. PPE is for those academicians who do not understand. PPE is personal protective equipment. So whenever you are doing any risky jobs, you have a dress for you to wear the gloves, wear the glasses, wear the helmet, safety shoes, and there are different kind of these personal protective equipment. So I am from the construction industry. My projects nationally, internationally, everywhere, there was a lot of stress, especially in the oil and gas market. So this PPE is very, very important whenever you are working also in the hydrogen environment. And control system safety to guarantee safe, compliant and plant operation. I mean, not only the production, even after that, beyond that also. Mr. Jayant Sinha, he is a senior principal consultant and level certified trainer. He talked about innovations and challenges in green hydrogen, the pathway to sustainable energy. So again, he also pointed out that this is a key source for the energy transition, supporting global net zero goals. See, whole of the world is looking after this thing, that green hydrogen. Everybody is green, green, green. So this is one of the major component of it. Its integrated application across industries, utilities and transport. This is essential for advancing sustainable development. So he also talked about 5 million tons by 2030 production. Alright, so this was it. Then Mr. Tanwar, he is a ex-chairman from the center and a council member. He presented a case study on NTPC green methanol synthesis project, and along with Mr. Narola. Correct me if I took the name correctly. Mr. Narola. So he was the person who helped Mr. Tanwar to write up this presentation. He emphasized also on investing in R&D, investing in public-private partnership, and there are other approaches for generating, transporting, safety, application, all that. Then they were not there. These 2 papers were there, but they were not present. Finally, it was again Vikas Kumar Chaudhary. So Vikas is appearing every time. So he talked about liquid extraction of aromatics from organic solvents with DES, that is detect solvents. Something which went all over my head. So
But I could write down only this thing, but liquid to liquid extraction methods used for extraction process using microchannels difficult to handle, but several advantages like mass transfer in is very high and low surface tension. Because of low surface tension, probably the mass transfer is very high. Sorry? And very high surface area. Okay, good. So this was his research paper, and I wish you again good luck for your PhD and recording of this presentation, all the papers what you have presented. And you only presented or anybody else also presented PhD paper? There was another person.
Mr. Raidana
Mr. Raidana also present. So I wish you good luck for your successful PhD completion. And I think I have only this thing. This will not end without saying, I mean, thank, of course, formal thanks will come from Mr. Puneet. Okay. Mr. Chairman, if somebody wants to have any, you want to say anything on this? Add?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Sinha, please.
First of all, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity, and I was asked by some of the members to thank on behalf of all the participants here, and I also thank the organizers, the GHAZIABAD Local Center for the Institution of Engineers, the GHAZIABAD Management Association, the Inderprastha Engineering College for giving us this platform, and also the National Institute of Solar Energy. And I represent Enderprastha Power. I was earlier at NTPC, so I have been a thoroughbred power sector person for my entire life. And now I am working for an important mission on Enderprastha Power. Enderprastha is energy altruist, so we do a lot of work on energy transition, renewables, as well as green hydrogen. And basically, we are trying to help. Actually, we are performing working close with CEA as well as Central Electricity Authority, as well as with the CBIT in helping them create a platform and developing a forum where we can encourage all the universities to adopt new curriculum in energy transition renewables so that we can increase their employability. Because I have seen in the multinationals in the power sector, wherever I have worked, that the students who come with good theoretical knowledge, but they need to understand the latest trends and technologies also in the sustainability so that we can drive our common goals of our nation towards the net zero ambitions that we all talk about. So definitely I'll be available. I mean, I have given my presentation, so I wish that these presentations are accessible to all the students also who can go through it. My email ID is also there. And I hope the work that I am currently doing with the CBIT, Central Board of Irrigation and Power, is developing a curriculum which can be used for upskilling the workforce in energy transition, and hopefully we will be able to achieve the net zero. So this was a very pertinent topic to discuss, and I organize once again. So thank you.
So that is a good lead for students also to learn and even adopt it in their profession as a profession or also as an entrepreneur. With all care, I am Mr. Vikas. Tell me.
thank you everyone.
Okay.
First of all, thank you everyone for extended thanks to waste time because we are already running short of time. One thing I might like to introduce because a lot of academicians are here. Those students who are look forward their career in safety, they can connect to us, right? We will guide them, we will help them because as an engineer going to join some industry without safety aspect, it's very, very risky because some of the industries not conducting a single day induction session about the safety also. And that is very risky. One of my experience, one person of IIT there joined on very first day of offshore rig. Accident happens, people catch fire. उस लड़के को 6 महीने लगे उस आवाजों से रिकवर करने के लिए, उसके साथ कुछ नहीं हुआ, तो देर ही लैंडेड ऑन द हेड, 6 महीने लगे उसको रिकवर करने में उससे, और साइड पे हुआ था, हम रीडिंग द स्पीड ऑफ HSC डिपार्टमेंट को उनको करके रखा ही था, इस टॉकिंग में विकास में उसकी रात को आवाज सुनता हूँ नहीं है। It's a very good scope, those who are looking forward, even the institute is look forward to adopt this. I'm ready to help them because I'm more focused on this safety. Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Ekar. I fully echo him. Just 2 minutes I'll take because I recalled some incident in my life. I've been into construction in India and abroad. I was in Algeria in the oil and gas project. So a lot of big names, whatever you have heard, were there, BHP, Billiton and Total and all those stuff. So when I went over there for that project, so first day they orient everybody from the safety point of view. I also went over there. So after that orientation, okay, this is this is that. So I was wearing a ring. He said, Mr. Mukul, you will have to take out this ring. I said, why? He said, no, it's not allowed. I will tell you why separately, but this is not allowed. Can you imagine, Vikas? Can you imagine what a ring can do as a safety? Can anybody imagine?
So magnet can
He showed to me a picture where worker fell down from scaffolding, ring got stuck and complete skin came out with the ring. He showed me the picture. And in these companies, if any accident happens, it becomes a protocol that you will have to follow. So I fully agree, I mean, like from safety point of view, you should not be ignorant. So thank you very much. I was want to close anything and one thing with this, Mr. Grover. Yeah, please.
I will take it.
I think हमें से हर कोई करोड़पति बनना चाहता है, ऐसा कोई नहीं होगा जो करोड़पति नहीं बनना चाहता। And that's the purpose we come for education. But education is not sufficient. What Amitabh Bachchan is doing, rather than entertainment, he is creating interest in general knowledge about so many other things other than knowledge, what we gain in education. मेरा कहना ये है हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को मेरी बहुत ज़्यादा बात होती है, मैं पेपर पढ़ते हो क्या? नहीं, पेपर नहीं पढ़ते। अगर अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट नाम को नहीं मालूम, लेकिन अपना विषय चुन लिया कि हमने भी क्या करना है। That is not enough. We have to learn about so many other things. और ये सेमिनार वगैरह जो होते हैं, वर्कशॉप जो होती हैं, लेक्चर मीटिंग जो होती है, इनसे हमें बहुत कुछ जानने को मिलता है, इंस्पिरेशन मिलता है, डायरेक्शन मिलती है। अगर आप जमशेद जी टाटा का लाइफ पढ़े अगर आप, हाउ डिड यू कंप्लेन अबाउट स्टील प्लांट? He started business in textile industry. He wanted to establish Indian entrepreneurs into textile business. लेकिन स्टील कहाँ से आ गया? He had gone to Manchester in search of machinery. और वहाँ से कहीं से जा रहा था, कहीं पर लेक्चर हो रहा था, यहाँ पर स्टील इंडस्ट्री की इम्पोर्टेंस बताई जा रही थी। He entered that hall, attended the lecture, and once he came out, उनके दिमाग में ये बैठ गया कि भारत में स्टील इंडस्ट्री होनी चाहिए। With no background in steel, in engineering, but mathematical for it, you can imagine why Tata Steel was established. और आज टाटा ग्रुप कितना बड़ा हो गया है, because only from the small textile mill, Empress Mill in Nagpur. So idea is we have to inculcate the habit of general knowledge, and general knowledge is out of syllabus learning, which is prescribed in AICTE manual. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Grover sir. ये आपने बिल्कुल ठीक बात बोली है। we have to come out of the GHAZIABAD syllabus. That is the beginning, is not the end. वे कहते हैं ना कि इंजीनियरिंग करने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. What we have learned beyond engineering, that is going to matter. Yes, please, Google up.
जैसे आपने बताया कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री से हैं आप और अपने एनटीपीसी कैरियर में मैंने अबाउट 120 फेटल एक्सीडेंट इन्वेस्टिगेट किए हैं और इन ईच एंड एवरी एक्सीडेंट सेफ्टी नॉलेज वाज नॉट देयर इन द कंसर्न. मॉर्निंग में आदमी 9 बजे आता है एंड 2:30 इज डेड बॉडी इज टेकन आउट. 3 केसेस आई हैव सीन इन 3 प्रोजेक्ट्स. तो इसलिए सेफ्टी का जो है सिविल वालों के लिए तो बहुत ही जरूरी है. बिकॉज दो ही चीजें बचाती है, या तो आदमी ऊपर से गिरता है या उसके ऊपर कुछ गिरता है. तो दो ही चीजें हैं. बाकी इलेक्ट्रिकल में जो है जब हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं 5% 10% एक्सीडेंट, 45% फॉल फ्रॉम हाइट एंड 45% फॉल ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट ऑन देयर हेड. तो इसलिए इनिशियली अभी एनटीपीसी के बाद जब मैं am going to DMRC, lot of projects I have visiting person and they are very strict in safety. वहाँ तो बिना जूते के नहीं जाने, बिना जैकेट के नहीं, बिना हेलमेट के नहीं. And that was the best experience I have seen in Mr. Sridharan. सबने नाम सुना होगा. Gentleman, I saw him 3 times at different destinations. उनके सिर पे हेलमेट, about 1.5 kg का safety shoe and jacket. And I remember Sheila Dixit, Chief Minister थे, उनको भी उन्होंने हेलमेट पहनाया. So importance है. So I request जितने भी इंजीनियर्स आएंगे, they should first have an access on safety. इस बार के में उनको टूल बॉक्स ट्रेनिंग है. So with this, thank you sir.
Yeah, thank you, Nirmal sir. I appreciate it. So it's a lesson for everybody.
Thank you sir.
So anybody else, or I wind up? All right. Thank you very much. So I would like to close it by only saying this thing. Somebody said also in the day, lifelong learning. I am a lifelong student. And whenever I come to such seminars and such occasions, I feel a little bit more enriched in my intelligence. Something I learned. And in these 2 sessions, I have come across so many aspects of hydrogen generation, transportation, storage, safety. This will remain with me. So thank you very much for all the intellectuals, those who gave little bit of intellect to me. And I hope other people also took little bit of that. Now it is everybody's individual responsibility to make that little bit grow and immediately. So thank you very much.
I would like to thank Engineer Gupta sir, and his insights are really well noted and was accurate. Now I would like to invite Chief Guest Professor Dr. Ajay Kumar, Director IPEC, to please address.
So, good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon to you all. Honorable Chairman of IEI, the GHAZIABAD local chapter, Dr. S. Gupta ji, Engineer Mukul Gupta ji, Goyal ji, Gowal ji, Tanveer ji, and many more the dignitaries who are here in the conference room for the valedictory function. So as many things are spoken by the Dr. S. Gupta ji, Mukul Gupta has summarized each and everything. So it was a seminar on the topic of the green hydrogen generation, storage and safety. So no doubt the researcher, because as spoken by Dr. Gupta says, total 16 papers were presented by the researcher.
we have just presented on the topic of the generation, storage, etc. So I was remembering the day when the GHAZIABAD came to me, and at this stage, so I think we had crossed, if I'm not wrong, 80, 84 plus. So sir was very keen to discuss many things because we are looking the venue and the organizations where we can host this wonderful seminar. So I positively said, okay sir, go ahead with this. We are ready for whatever you are telling me or whatever you want, cooperation from our side. So the zeal and the energy he was having, so definitely we have to take something from sir. So no doubt commendable performance since the starting to end. Because something, because I have seen the team, because I am running a team, we have 3,000 students at IPEC and 140, 50 faculty members. So no doubt, in the beginning everybody is very enthusiastic, but at the end, when you are going towards the ends, the energy goes down in everywhere. Because in the plant, if you start your plant in the morning, the energy goes like that. But if you are persons, the energy will keep remain same and horizontal. So it's a good part. So I really congratulate you, sir. You are a chairman of the II local GHAZIABAD. Thank you. And I congratulate the Ji and Mukul, because many times I discussed with this, sir, okay, sir, want any corporations like, because they are running the II chapter from the outside, but if they need some help from the IPEC, definitely we are ready for that. And at the IPEC, we have the very good IPEC team here. So we have different verticals in IPEC TBI because we have many virtual and physical startups, and they are coming to the IPEC and giving something to the students also. And they are running something else from outside also. So that made home always ready for the topic indicates the green hydrogen. And today we have purchased the green hydrogen equipment of by 60,000 rupees under PMKVY. So the Dr. Puja Tripathi is in charge of the PMKVY, and we have purchased the tools for the hydrogen, green hydrogen. So that is the small equipment. It's a training part. So that's a good sign because we are moving on that particular direction. And many things we have discussed as for the green hydrogen is concerned. Green hydrogen, if you want to abstract the hydrogen is very difficult because you are throwing the current under the water and you are abstract the hydrogen separately and oxygen separately. And in these days we have just seen many things because the environment is very limited, and ultimately if you are not taking smoking. So I have just read in the newspaper that is equivalent to the 29 cigarette you consumed in a day in that particular environment. Yes. That was published in the newspaper. So it is like that you are not consuming the cigarette and neither the alcohol, but if you are go outside and in that particular environment, in that polluted environment, you consume directly 29 cigarettes. So on that day, on that topic, if we organize the seminar, which is very helpful to the academician, researcher, and students, because in every organization, in every institution, the institution having maximum branches computer oriented. But these 2 days were fully utilized to indicate not only the computer science is very, very important, but other branches also important, like the chemical engineering, like chemistry, like the mechanical engineering, like this. Because if you save your environment, so definitely you are saved. That is the message. Because I am thankful to the chairman because giving me the opportunity to host as the director and the part of this particular ceremony. Definitely I am the chief guest of the. But I feel I am not the chief guest of the. I am the part of this team who enjoyed 2 days. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now this is the time for the presentation moving forward. I would request Dr.
for both of them. I would like to invite Dr.
ऑल इंडिया लेवल पर है, ऑल इंडिया हमें बाहर मूव कर देंगे हमें प्रूव करना बोले
As we come to the conclusion of this and quality seminar of production and generation storage and safety aspects, it is my great honor to place for me as a honorary secretary of GHAZIABAD local center to extend my sincere thanks to all of those who made this event a success. I would like to tell that the soft copy of the seminar we will give to all the speakers and all the presenters, and the appreciation letter also we will give to them on mail, and we have given the certificate from the student of the IPEC for activity there to organize this seminar. The last, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our keynote speaker and panelists. Your insight, expertise, and shared experience will provide us with knowledge of student transformation, safety of the user. Finally, I would like to say thanks to Dr. Ajay Kumar, Director of IPEC, Dr. Meenakshi ma'am, and GMA GHAZIABAD NISE and I organizing committee, Gupta ji, Grover ji, Ganesh ji has supported me to organize this event, and all participants and the dedicated support team from the IPEC, of the IPEC members, whose collective efforts at this event was successfully. Thank you for again for the participation and support. Thank
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल चरति गंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की
जय।
ग्रुप प्रोग्राम आगे ग्रुप फोटो
स्टूडेंट भी आइए, आ जाओ स्टूडेंट्स भी आइए, विषय चला जाओ।
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. Have a cup of tea. I don't know.